Tournaments have a funny way of giving you exactly what you ask for. Sometimes they even give you a second chance. Just a few days ago, HeartFIRE Elite got the better of the Mecca. Tonight, they meet again. Same court, same stakes, one very different ending waiting to be written. We welcome you inside the luxurious M Resort Spa Casino in Henderson, Nevada, where our semifinal doubleheader comes to a thrilling conclusion. Hello, everybody. My name's Christian Filament alongside Jordan Taylor. The first time these two teams met, one game decided standings. Now, this game could potentially define a tournament. Win today, and you find yourself in the position to win the Vegas bracket. Lose, and the journey ends in Vegas.
Yeah, Davis Steele already punched their ticket to that final. This is going to be a good one. The winner of this game plays Davis Steele. The winner of that game plays one of the Blue Bloods, Kentucky or Kansas. Either way, it's been an exciting tournament, Philly. It's been an exciting couple days. It's only getting better.
And speaking of better, we have some really good players on here. Let's start with the Mecca.
Yeah, we talked about guards last game. We saw the bigs and wings do it. So what are we going to do? We're going to go talk about the guards again. It's Casper Ware, the dynamite guard, 36 years old. He's been doing this for a long time, folks. He's getting downhill. He's a bowling ball. He can make shots. He's third in the tournament in scoring. And on that other side, we got Jordan Sears. Good first name, if you will. He can also fill it up. 18 a game in the tournament so far. That's 6. He has carried HeartFIRE Elite 57% from beyond the arc. If you don't go out and guard him, you saw Casper didn't do it. He gonna dot that I up.
Coming up at the other end of this break, we've got our starters and the tip-off, the final game of the semifinals. Who's gonna take on Davis Steele? Stick around to find out that answer. We hope you're ready to get this party started. We're about to get this party started, and we can't wait. Game 2 of the semifinals here in the Vegas bracket, and it's not that often that you get a rematch at TBT. The Mecca took on HeartFIRE Elite just a couple of days ago, and one team's going to come in with a little confidence. The other one's going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups as they are presented by the M Resort Spa Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, got Garrett Nevels. Had a big game for the Mecca last time out. The best shooter on the floor for them. But we talked about Casper Ware already, and then Steven Jamerson. He's been really solid inside the paint. And on that other side, it's been Tevin Mack. He's been really solid, 7.5 rebounds per game, 14 points per game. So that should be a good matchup out on that perimeter / wing spot.
This is going to be an entertaining one. I have no doubts about it. We're getting ready for the tip-off. There you see the bench for the Mecca. They're coming out wearing their black jerseys with Jesus is King written on the bottom part of the number. HeartFIRE Elite's going to come in wearing their red jerseys. Your officials are Jeff Anderson, Clarence Armstrong, and Matt Potter. Both teams headed back to their bench really quickly. The Mecca is out of Long Beach, California. I know many of you would hear the Mecca and instantly think New York City, but the Mecca refers to Long Beach. And there we see the head coach of this squad, Casper Ware Sr., along with his son. I mean, Casper Ware Sr., a legend as a player and as a coach in the Drew League. And what the Mecca is a pro-am, and one of the premier pro-ams in Southern California. And it's grown into one of the most respected brands. Getting ready to take the tip for HeartFIRE Elite is Bryson Gresham. And on the other end, former UCLA Bruin, Steven Jamerson. There you see Casper Ware, a legend at Long Beach State. Got a lot of Big West talent here at TBT, in particular in this Vegas bracket. Saw a couple of them in the previous game. So here we go, the rolling of the dice, a.k.a. the tip-off.
Casper Ware, a legend in Long Beach State, but a legend all around the world, playing for the mighty Cheska in Moscow right now. EuroLeague powerhouse traditionally.
Powerhouse for basketball and also a powerhouse for hockey as well. As the Mecca controls the tip, Marvell Harris, what a game he had. All the points in the Elam ending for the Mecca the last time around.
Well, this Mecca team is deep.
Three-pointer on deck is Nevels. Buries the triple. He had 18 in the Mecca's last game against Knipple Crew, and picking up right where he left off. The sniper.
6 for 7 for 3 in that game. You can't leave him. Great pass inside out from the big fella to start.
And speaking of the big fellas, Carter for the Mecca gets his hand on the rock, and it's going to stay on this end. Baseline inbound for Jordan Sears. What a special player this young man is. You said it, 18.5 points per game, dropped 27 in a game at TBT, and it's been all about the guards for both of these squads. But the bigs have been doing things too, as Sears gets the friendly roll. Jordan Sears has his name on the stat sheet.
Yeah, he plays at his pace. So tough, strong guard, gets to the middle of the paint, hard jump stop. It's a quick little flip shot. That's a high-level shot.
Harris with Gresham in front of him, finds Carter wide open, pulls up for the jumper. That rattles out. Jamerson with the offensive rebound, and the basket is good, using the right hand.
Yeah, empty side ball screen. Jamerson does a great job working out of that dunker, pushing the body up under the rim for the offensive rebound.
Washington out to Sears. He's got Casper Ware guarding him. Sears over to Washington. Gresham was calling for it. Opts to set the screen. He rolls. He's looking for the rock. Sears for three. Off the back end of the rim. And look at that rebound by Gresham. Wide open on the other end is Washington. But driving into the paint. Missing the basket is Thomas. Offensive rebound. Shot gets swatted. We got a block party in the paint from the Mecca. Harris, the Fresno State legend, took that Fresno State team to the NCAAs and looking to take the Mecca to the promised land as he converts on his three-pointer.
Marvell Harris still scorching from that Elam ending. Only 20% in the TBT, but he can score in a lot of ways.
And a response on the other end by Tevin Mack is no good. Rebounded by Harris. Scoring points and pulling down boards. Ware in the Nevels. Nevels rebounded by Jamerson. Kicks it out. Harris to Ware. Oh, what a frenetic pace to the start of this game already.
There's a mismatch with Carter. He's got a size advantage.
Look at that quick spin. Too strong off the window. And it's Washington. The bounce pass. And Ware gets his hands on it, preventing Mack from getting an easy bunny in transition.
Oh, Ware definitely got away with a foul right there. Maybe beat the officials down the floor a little bit. Coming so fast. See it right here. Definitely got it on the hand, but hey, no call, no foul.
Mack for three. Rattles out. Tipped to Thomas. And into the hands of Washington. Looking for a screen from Gresham. Quick pass in. Sears for three. And Carter with the rebound. And a foul against the Mecca.
Yeah, they're gonna get Terrell Carter with the push. But again, you see the roll. Eric Washington with the dime, finding Sears on the backside. Sears starting the game 0 for 2. 57% so far. Normally that's a rare sight, 2 misses in a row.
And Carter with his hands all over Gresham, manages to force the turnover. Coast to coast, the pass into Jamerson. And it's going to stay on this end.
And look at
Carter's going to have to be careful because in the game against HeartFIRE Elite, he found himself in foul trouble early and was the only casualty of fouling out here at TBT. But look at that block, preventing Jamerson from scoring.
Yeah, the big fella pushing tempo right there, finding Jamerson. Jamerson wanted that at the rim from Carter, but you got to understand, he's 6'10", he ain't Casper Ware.
And what a shot by Casper.
And see, I told you, that's what Casper can do. He ain't passing right there. That's tough. Coming off the double stagger to the corner, getting that right foot square for a right-handed shooter is tough. He cashes out.
Yeah, Casper the Colossus out of Long Beach, 11-2. It's been all the Mecca to start. Sears, and that's going to be a foul against Ware.
Yeah, Casper Ware commits the foul. I'm telling you, he's a little bit older now, but he can still move those puppies. One of the best defenders that I've ever had to play against. He's low to the ground and can stay in front of you, strong as all heck. And right there, you see him get that right foot around. Guarding the inbounder, Sears tries to get to him. It's not enough.
Mack to the hole, and he gets the basket. Was looking for the and one, but he's not going to get it. What he does get, though, is 2 points. 11-4 now the score for the Mecca.
7 Mack, 14 a game. Attacking the rim, wanted a foul there as well.
Harris, fronted by Thomas. We see Canner checking into the game for HeartFIRE Elite. Carter, look at that footwork. Just couldn't get it high enough off the window, and Canner pulls down the board. Turnover, Harris to the hole. Two-handed dunk. Marvell the Marvelous.
Yeah, that was marvelous right there. After Sweet Feet Carter couldn't quite put it in the bucket. Playing that passing lane, a lazy pass.
What a pace, what a torrent pace for that matter. As Mack's triple found its way halfway home, but halfway isn't going to get you what you need or where you need to get to. Harris finds himself into trouble, turns it over to Washington. Washington all the way to the hole, gets the friendly roll with the right hand. Eric Washington, very presidential on his move in transition.
Yeah, first real mistake offensively from the Mecca. Marvell Harris gets caught in the air.
Screen set for Jamerson. Freeing up Neville's. Carter, baseline jumper, it's good. Terrell Carter, 10 points is what he's been averaging. 10 points is what he had the last game. Not to mention, he's actually number 2 at TBT in blocked shots. Bounce pass in, trying to find Canner. Jamerson gets in the way. Former UCLA Bruin, what a journey he's had. The pass into Jamerson, he pulls up. Gets his own board. Off the window, too strong. Into the hands of Canner, and he outlets it to Washington.
Great find right there from Neville's in the pick and roll, just hitting Jamerson in the short roll. Not really his shot, that little 15-footer, but gets his own rebound, stays with it, can't finish.
Explosive step by Washington, but just too strong. Can't get the friendly kiss off the window. See Jamerson grimacing here. Not sure what the story is there, but he's back on defense as Harris draws contact, no foul, as Thomas. Washington into Canner, and back into the hands of Jamerson.
Neville's gonna slow it up, get the ball to the general, Casper Ware. We're gonna run a set. Up and down, back and forth we go, Philly.
And I gotta say, I appreciate that. Gets me a chance to slow down here real quick, too. We have a whistle on the floor, and 2 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in that first quarter.
Yeah, the Mecca coming out with all the energy. They're doing it on offense, but the elite energy on the defensive side. What you call him? Marvell, the Marvelous, rocking that rim, the lazy pass. Get up on that rim, big fella.
TBT is brought to you by M Resort Spa Casino, the official hotel of the Las Vegas bracket. TBT is brought to you by M Resort Spa Casino, the official hotel of the Las Vegas bracket. Welcome back, folks. 15-6 the score. The Mecca off to the races. You know this is a team that was going to come in with a chip on their shoulder after having lost their last game against HeartFIRE Elite. And there you see the Vegas bracket. Davis Steele defeated Red Rose War Ready earlier, and they are eagerly anticipating who their foe is going to be on Thursday. Can't believe we're already a week into this tournament. I can't believe we're just a couple of days shy of the final, but I don't want to look forward. I want to look into now, and now we got ourselves a game as Marvell Harris sets to take the inbound. Finds Casper Ware, connects in with Lamar Peters. Harris tries to get his defender in the air, settles in, and drains the triple. Liquid Drano once again for Marvell Harris.
A little great action coming out of the timeout from Casper Ware Sr. A little pin down, forces the help pass, and the reload shot is tough from Harris.
Pass into Canner, Canner to the hole. Canner, 6'9" power forward out of Turkey. Played at the famous IMG Academy. Played at Green Bay for a couple of years. That team went to the NCAAs. Played at Xavier, part of the Turkish U18 team. Where? And the tip-in is good, and we're seeing Joshua Davis. Haven't seen much of him in this tournament. As the pass comes in uncontested, Craig Sword stabs into the Mecca's defense wide open. The Mecca switching all kinds of things up here. Peters for three. Canner happens to get tipped to Harris, and Harris scores.
And that's a tough shot from Peters, but you got to respect it. He can fill it up too. Canner's up at the level, and Davis, even though he didn't get the rebound, made it a contested one. Ends up with the Mecca in the bucket.
And Marvell the Magnificent up to 8 points early here. We're only in the first quarter. Washington driving against Ware. He runs right into Davis. Drawing the foul. Checking in is Terrence Smith for the Mecca. And we're seeing another player, Brandon Moss. A few players coming on for the Mecca that we haven't seen throughout TBT.
And we talked about Casper Ware, and we talked about Marvell Harris and so on, but they're a deep team, and Casper Ware Sr., tough finish right there from Cantor, but Casper Ware Sr. marveled at how deep this bench is and how deep this team is. Might be why they're called the Mecca, all the hoopers out there.
No question about it. Canner, with all the stats that we just mentioned about him, was also the top scorer and rebounder in the Greek League, which is no easy feat. There's some serious ballers in that Greek League. As the sweet kiss off the window, bank is open for Smith. Under a minute to play here in this first quarter. Sword all the way to the hole.
Tough move right there. Again, back and forth. Getting a little contribution from everybody. Terrence Smith on one end. Sword on the other.
10-point lead for the Mecca. Drive into the hole. And that's Brandon Moss who draws the foul.
Great feed right there from Marvell Harris. Looks like that foul is going to go on Canner. See again, up at the level, just a little pocket pass right here. Canner's there. Moss does a great job at attacking that outside shoulder, a little slide by. Doesn't hit him square on the chest. Tough call for Canner. Athletic move from Moss. I like the call.
So we saw Joshua Davis get his first points at TBT. Perhaps we're going to see Brandon Moss get his first points at TBT. 6'9" small forward out of Alabama. Played at LSU Alexandria. Also competed in the Big Three. Played with the G League. Played pro in Argentina, Chile, the Dominican Republic, and Taiwan. There we see Casper Ware Sr. We've had some time to chat with him. So many stories. He's seen a lot of things throughout his career, playing and coaching. Moss registers his points, and the Mecca take a 12-point lead as we're approaching 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Casper Ware Sr. been doing it a long time. You look over at him. He's almost in a stance, too. He's locked in. The heartbeat of this Mecca team.
Sears, deep three, and he splashes it. Jordan with a Jordan-esque triple.
Yeah, and Smith does a great job right there, not fouling. That was a heads-up play by Sears. Tough shot.
Moss to the hole. They've unlocked a cheat code potentially with him. Sears hits it just as the horn blows. Could that be the momentum shifter that HeartFIRE Elite needs to start the second quarter? What a shot. Maybe we could see that again. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we talked about Sears. He missed 2 in a row to start the game. That was an anomaly. He's going to finish the quarter back-to-back with buckets. That one from downtown. Elite coming back.
Well, if you were looking for a game with buckets you have gotten here in this semifinal between the Mecca and HeartFIRE Elite. As you're taking a look at the man in charge of HeartFIRE Elite, head coach Mike Rejniak. He was the TBT Coach of the Year last year. GM and head coach of We Are D3. Took him all the way to the semifinals last year, and he's had his journey as an assistant coach at Vassar, Amherst, Plymouth State, College of New York. He was a head coach at SUNY New Paltz for a number of years as well. And if there's anybody that knows how to win here at TBT, without question, it's Coach Reg. Checking into the game for HeartFIRE Elite is Eric Griffin as he inbounds it into Washington. What a great finish for HeartFIRE Elite in terms of the performance from Jordan Sears. Taking this team on his shoulders. A couple of quick buckets, now only down by 8. There we see Eric Griffin, 6'9" power forward out of Orlando, Florida. He had an amazing journey. He was cut multiple times from his high school, Evans High School, before transferring. Played collegiate at the community college level before playing at Campbell, where he was first team Big South. And tenacity and hustle, hard work does pay off.
A heck of a college career Eric Griffin did.
Look at Brandon Moscow. We didn't have much to say about him in the early goings of TBT because, well, we didn't see him. No points until today, and he is emphatically stamping his name into this contest.
Yeah, attacking the rim relentlessly right there. See just a foul, just grabs him on the shoulder right there, pulls him down. Saw in that first quarter with the slide by, he's playing really good basketball.
Have it in my notes that his nickname is Body Bag. I guess that's just what he does in terms of where he places the people defending him. He pulls up for 3. Ball is loose. Ends up in the hands of Washington. Washington all the way to the hole, and he scores.
Yeah, way too easy right there, but a tough move from Washington. Same hand, same foot. That's that new school finish right there. Unorthodox. I guess it's regular now, but throws off the timing.
Peters passes it out. Very unselfish. Peters is wide open.
Yeah, Peters had a dunk right there. He's got to take that 2 points.
Washington with the fadeaway. Easily into the hands of Carter. HeartFIRE Elite cutting into this lead, 28-22. Looking to make a stop defensively. Peters with the hesitation. Washington hand checking him. And a foul. And it looks like it's going to be on Griffin.
Yeah, Eric Washington competing right there on defense. That's what he does. He can score, he can get downhill, but defense has really been one of his calling cards, as well as this right there. Just a slow cross, no reaction from Carter. It's a tough move from the vet.
And another foul on Carter, if I'm not mistaken. That should be his second. And as I mentioned, that's something we got to keep an eye on, because Carter did foul out the last time the Mecca played HeartFIRE Elite. So it's not 5 fouls, it's 6 fouls that get you ejected. Moss into the hands of Carter. Mark Carter, that is. To Peters. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Peters for the triple. Nearly comes out with his own rebound, but Fred Thomas has it. Passes it into Washington. The kick out. And it's going to be a turnover.
And Tevin Mack, only 27% right now from 3 in the TBT, first 2 games. Got to let that fly. Eric Washington continue to attack the rim. He's creating a lot of offense. You remember Eric Washington, he had that legendary moment for HeartFIRE, scoring all of the Elam ending back, I believe, 22.
There he is, all the way into Mack. Mack with the 2-handed dunk, pulling on that rim. And HeartFIRE Elite starting to pick up steam here in that second quarter. 28-24 the score. As we got a timeout, we're going to kick it to break. 6:42 remaining in the second quarter. Mecca only up by 4. Welcome back, folks. Second quarter here. The Mecca up by 4 points. TBT fans, Show your pride and support your favorite team with official merchandise. Shop now at thetournament.com and represent your team all tournament long. So just as we thought that the Mecca would start to run away onto the promised land, HeartFIRE Elite have their hearts on fire, Rocky IV style. Strong desire, and they pull their way back into this contest.
Yeah, it's been led by Eric Washington, his aggressive defense, but also just touching paint every single time down. Of course, Jordan Sears ended that first quarter with 2 big threes to start the momentum. That backcourt is tough to deal with when they are rolling.
You see Sears back into the game. He was given a couple of moments to breathe by Coach Reg. Smith over to Carter. Ball in on that left side. Tried to find Moss, but heads up play. Washington gets in the way. Mack on the attack, and he draws the foul on Moss.
And you said it. I think that one might go on Carter, actually, Philly. It's tough to see.
And yeah, you might actually be right. Oh, yes. Just had a bad angle, and if that is on Carter, that should, if I'm not mistaken, that might be his 3rd foul.
Yeah, we got to check that out, but Eric Griffin did a great job at kind of sealing Carter under the rim, made it tough for us to see. Carter just tries to contest last minute.
And the Mecca with a line change, putting in 3 new players.
Yeah, it was time. They were, this comeback, maybe a little overdue. His comeback has been coming fast and furious. With Casper Ware, Marvell Harris on the bench, and Nevels as well. So going to put that starting lineup back in that ignited the Mecca to start the game.
2-point lead for the Mecca. Ware with the jumper.
Good defense, better offense, and Casper Ware got words for HeartFIRE Elite bench. Took the bump, maybe could have been a foul, but finishes through contact.
And that's going to be an offensive foul. Oh, how the momentum and how the tide shifts.
Yeah, this Casper Ware shifting it. We talked about the guard play. We talked Sears and Ware. It's been Washington and Ware going at it right there. The tough finish. And then on the other end, climbing in to Eric Washington defensively, forcing that off-arm turnover.
Into the paint. Carter muscles his way in. Still hangs on to his dribble. Gets the defender in the air. And soft hands, fancy footwork. And Carter puts the Mecca to 32.
Yeah, Carter's so good, feeling that body, spinning off to that right shoulder. You see the foul right there. But Terrell Carter, so good, posting up, feeling the defender. As soon as you push up right there, 2 hands with the body, he's just going to spin off. Lost the ball the first time. Has the feel, a little show rondo to the other side. Finish the same side. Missed it earlier, so a good adjustment right there from Carter.
High IQ basketball play for Carter. 6'10" power forward out of LA. Sears to the hole. Gets the body, but that doesn't prevent him from scoring the bucket. This young man is a terrific basketball player.
Professional right there. Just crossover with the left hand. Take the contact. That's tough.
He's got 12 points. Thomas on the fast break. Cuts through all the defenders. Mack into Washington. Washington to Sears. Sears for 3. Washington, no way he was getting his hands on that with Moss jumping up.
Ooh.
That Hezzy picked up. Mack. Washington for 3 in the corner. That's going to go over the backboard.
Moss coming down aggressive again. $1 million move, 50-cent finish with it, but that was tough. Little Smokey Robinson on the other end. Eric Washington, I love his energy, Philly. He plays the game so hard. Dime before that to Sears. Sears just couldn't convert.
I would say the $2 million play, because that's what we're fighting for.
That's
$1 million play.
Yeah, $2 million, my bad.
Add
my
an
bad.
extra well, an extra million to that. Talking some serious dough here. Washington pulls up for three with Ware in his face. And it was last touched by the Mecca. 4-point lead here as we are approaching the under 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. You know, you were talking about energy earlier. No team's showing signs of slowing down with the pace this game's going.
Yeah, they're both frantic with it a little bit at times. See which one of these teams really settles in first.
Sears to the hole, and a foul on Ware. Ware had nothing else to do other than a foul Sears, as Sears had the space and just so explosive, and he gets sky high too.
Yeah, you see right here, just a shot fake. Carter goes up, he knows he's in foul trouble, gotta let him go. Sears so balanced and so explosive to that rim, and Casper Ware takes his second foul, so keep an eye on that, Philly. Him getting 3 could be catastrophic for the Mecca.
Shooter's touch. 5'11" point guard out of Daytona Beach, 2 years at Gardner-Webb. Played at UT Martin, where he was a 2-time first-team conference player. Averaged a little over 21 points. Had his 5th year in Baton Rouge playing at LSU.
And
it's the free throw finalist for the Lou Henson National Player of the Year award.
yeah, we've seen a lot of good guards. He's 6th in scoring, but for me, Philly, he's been the most impressive throughout the tournament, the most efficient, just always on balance, high-level shooter, really getting it done for HeartFIRE Elite.
Marvell. What can you say about Marvell Harris other than wow?
Marvell Harris makes us look stupid because his percentage was 25% coming in, but he is a good shooter. It's only a 2-game sample, showing his true colors here.
Oh, and he hits the rebound, but he gets clobbered by Sears.
See, Marvell Harris takes the foul from Sears, but on the other end, it's inside-out basketball. We saw Ware do it. This time it's Carter on the block. Attack. The help comes. Keeping it out to Marvelous for 3.
.328 remaining in the second quarter of this track meet. I mean, basketball game. And what a game it's been as we see some news and notes. Kentucky defeating Syracuse. I know the Orange aren't thrilled having that PTSD from that 96 NCAAs. La Familia moves to the championship. JHX Hoops defeated Wichita State in hostile territory and a very hostile environment. Those two are going to be playing in the finals of the alumni bracket. And then Davis Steel on Thursday awaits the winner of this game. And then the winner of that game, the champion of that game, gets the winner of this alumni bracket. And then we got the deciding game for the $2 million. Harnessing in my inner Dr. Evil.
Yeah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Honestly, I got a little PTSD from this track meet, running up and down, making my back hurt, man. It's crazy.
I mean,
moving too fast.
I heard you stand up, and I thought you were pouring a bowl of Rice Krispies because I heard snap, crackle, pop. I thought it might have been me, but it was you.
Man, I look at guys like Casper Ware out there still doing it. I told him earlier, I was like, man, you're making it look painful. You make it look good, but hurts over here. And correction on that, we got the stats in. Casper Ware does have 3 fouls, Philly, so keep an eye on that. Still in the game. Don't want to pick up your 4th here, even though you get 6.
Sears to the hole. What a putback with authority.
And it's Sears, heads-up play, attack the rim. Casper Ware and Carter in foul trouble. Knowing they're not going to use that 4th.
Ware for 3. So what a big dunk by Gresham. On the other end.
Man, that's a mistake right there from Tevin Mack. Got to be heads up. He's down there with just Casper Ware. Go bury him under the rim, see if he'll foul you or get the layup.
Ware with the floater. He succeeds with the right hand.
Casper Ware, 4 of 5 now. His first miss was that 3 right there.
Up to 9 points. Washington. Mack to the hole. Bucket, and it counts. It's the Mack attack.
Eric Washington getting that started. Casper Ware guarding you. Terrell Carter in the ball screen. He rejects on Ware. Ware can't foul. Carter can't foul. 2 feet in that paint. Paint touches should be a recorded stat on the box score because it creates an advantage every time. And Tevin Mack attacking the closeoff off the pass. Should be an assist for Washington, but I don't know if we do an NBA assist in the TBT.
Mack at the free throw line. Mack almost gave me a heart attack. He says he was walking towards half court. I thought, did I make the wrong call? Almost successful on the three-point play. 2:25 to go here in the half. Screen set from Carter. Excellent defense from Gresham. The pass into Tevin. Tevin tries to go to the hole. No foul. It's just going to stay on this end.
Casper Ware. Very, very risky play right there after the turnover. Would have been a double whammy. Had Carter open, but heads-up play by Gresham. He's up on the ball screen. High hands. Well executed defensively. Casper Ware reaching in right there. Could have got his 4th.
That would have been a devastating blow to the Mecca. If Ware's not scoring, he is assisting as the inbound intended for Michael Kaiser, seeing his first minutes. But ball's going to go the other direction as the Mecca has it. Bounce into Carter. Carter bodying up Gresham. What a spin! What a dunk! Thunderous! Rim rocking.
Yeah, we just saw it. Second time in a row. Gresham trying to lean on Carter. That's a big body. We also got good feet. Just spins off of that.
Sears with a 3. What a response.
Jordan Sears is a professional bucket getter. Casper Ware right there on the catch. Hands down for a second. Rises above that. Perfect rotation. Perfect feet.
Perfect. Sears got 17 points here in this first half.
Yeah, kids at home need to be watching him and his fundamentals. He's on point.
Harris steps back, has a response to Sears. 43-37, the Mecca. Washington going up against Jamerson. Ware switches to him. Picks up his dribble. Sears, he's going to pull up for 3. Jamerson with the board. The outlet into Harris. Harris doesn't have the numbers. That's going to be a blocking foul.
call right there. Aaron Washington slow to get up as he put his body in harm's way. A big Marvell Harris. I don't know about that one, Philly. I know the rule is maybe he was sliding to the right a bit, not entirely square, but when you have position like that, that's a tough call for Aaron Washington.
All I know is I felt that here from our little perch here in the gymnasium.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke with Marvell Harris in transition. That's crazy.
To be fair, I wouldn't want any smoke from any of these ballers. I'd crumble.
Marvell Harris, Casper Ware, a combined 9 for 11 from the floor, leading the way in this Mecca attack.
Moss checks in for Carter, trying to prevent him from potentially picking up a fourth. And at this juncture of the game, they don't need Carter. Only 59.6 seconds remaining here in the half.
See the trust. They're going to leave Casper Ware out there. You think maybe get him out of the game too, but Casper Ware Sr. knows his son a little bit. Gonna leave him out there, trust him with those 3 fouls.
Knows his son and knows the game of basketball. Y'all never heard of the Ware family? Look them up. Casper Ware Sr. and Casper Ware Jr. Legends out of the LA area. We got a timeout on the floor, and we're going to send it to a quick break. Less than a minute to go when we come back. You're seeing a live look of the Mecca bench. And you're looking at a Dodger hat there with the LA logo on there. And I mentioned that once again because if you're unfamiliar with the Mecca, they're out of Long Beach, California, representing Long Beach. And as I stated, this is a Pro-Am league, one of the most respected basketball brands on the West Coast. Relatively new in the grand scheme of things. And there is the general of this team, Casper Ware Sr., who's done tremendous things for the game of basketball in the Los Angeles area. And there is a son you saw momentarily. Screen set, enabling Sears to go all the way to the hole. Yes, and it counts. Sears with a spear into Jamerson as he scores the basket. Oh, Dios mío.
The push-ups afterwards. Check it out. High ball screen. Can't really hedge. It's a flat screen. Great angle there from Kaiser. Snake it. Get back to that left hand. Jamerson's got to be up a little tighter. Keep Sears on that left, even though he can go both ways. He gets back to that right. We talked about how balanced and explosive he is, and he just finishes through the contact.
He's over 20. 50% of the offense from HeartFIRE Elite have come from Jordan Sears. Moss into the lane. The turnaround with the right hand. Jamerson, emphatic rebound, and he draws the foul on Kaiser.
Pogo stick off the ground, Jamerson. First one up, gets it. And good box out from Kaiser, but you got to go get it with a guy like Jamerson.
For those unaware, Jamerson was at Michigan State to start his college career, but not as a player, as a student manager. And then found his way to the University of San Diego, where he absolutely balled out. And then found his way onto Mick Cronin's roster at UCLA. And talk about a pogo stick, he's fresh out of college.
Looks like it. Fresh legs.
What's that like?
Man, I couldn't even tell you. I don't remember at this point.
I get hurt being on a pogo stick.
Man.
So basically, no, never mind. The shot clock is turned off. Thought there was a fraction or so of a second. And HeartFIRE Elite opting for the final shot. And with all the space that HeartFIRE was looking to create, I'm going to put my lone dollar that I have left for gambling on Jordan Sears for the final basket to close the half. Okay, that's why I only have $1 left. Kaiser with the shot. He gets the friendly roll. And a foul on HeartFIRE Elite as the horn blows.
Tough call. It's going to go on Sears. Heads up play by Ware. Whether they call 3 or not, they're in the bonus.
Let's take a look at that replay again.
Oof. You know, Casper Ware Jr., the vet, going to sell it. Looked like he probably got him on the arm.
So Ware's going to be at the free throw line. Got a 1/10 of a second left back on the game clock.
Billy, if you're the Mecca, you love the end of that half. Even defensively, even though HeartFIRE scored right there, Ware stepped up. We talked about his ability to make free throws. They forced Sears on that left hand, added .3 right there so they can catch and shoot.
And not sure if you just saw on the screen, Coach Reg pulled Eric Washington aside as he was chatting with the officials. Great heads-up move by the 2025 TBT Coach of the Year. And Ware successful on his trip to the free throw line. 50-42 the score. They've added 2/10 of a second left. So that's going to be the third foul on Sears. We got several key players from both sides approaching that foul trouble mark. Quick catch and shoot. That was very close by Sword. And that's going to end things here in the half. The Mecca up by 8. And we've had ourselves a solid first half. Excellent game brewing. We got our hoops to Anderson. And we're going to step aside when we come back. Highlights, stats, and the third quarter momentarily. Saturday night is baseball night in America, and this week, two iconic clubs shine under the bright lights in prime time as Ben Rice and the Yankees face Pete Crow Armstrong and the Cubs. Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Welcome back, folks. Halftime here. As you're looking at the casino floor of the M Resort Spa Casino, we got plenty of players on that floor looking for $1 million, and we got a couple of teams here looking to battle for $2 million. Back on the other end of this break. Saturday night is baseball night in America, and this week, two iconic clubs shine under the bright lights in prime time as Ben Rice and the Yankees face Pete Crow Armstrong and the Cubs. Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Welcome back, folks. Halftime here. As you're looking at the casino floor of the M Resort Spa Casino, we got plenty of players on that floor looking for $1 million. Then we got a couple of teams here looking to battle for $2 million. Back on the other end of this break.
I'll tell him when he makes it out.
Barstool Sports is on the air. Portnoy, Big Cat, PFT, and the rest of the Barstool Sports crew put their own special twist on sports talk. Halftime here from the M Resort Spa Casino. You're looking at the nighttime bar. It's hydration at halftime and hydration for us here in Henderson. Back at the end of this break with plenty more action to be had here at TBT. Barstool Sports is on the air. Portnoy, Big Cat, PFT, and the rest of the Barstool Sports crew put their own special twist on sports talk. Halftime here from the M Resort Spa Casino. You're looking at the nighttime bar. It's hydration at halftime and hydration for us here in Henderson. Back at the end of this break with plenty more action to be had here at TBT. here getting ready for the start of the third quarter. We know that it's rude to keep you waiting, and we can't wait to get this party started again. Third quarter. My name's Christian Filliman alongside Jordan Taylor. Back and forth we go. Where this game ends, nobody knows. It's an 8-point lead for the Mecca. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, well, it's been the Mecca defensively to start the game, and it was this man right here picking up where he left off from that Elam ending the other night. Staying hot on offense, passing lane on defense. And HeartFIRE Elite, you know, let him get going. You see the reload. They did make a run. Eric Washington and Jordan Sears got it going. But Marvell Harris and Casper Ware have been keeping the Mecca, or keeping HeartFIRE Elite at bay. And it's going to be tough in this second half, because this man right here, we talk about the scorers in the guard play. He's 6th in the TBT in scoring. He's looking like a professional right now. Super balanced. Doing it off the bounce, shooting it from 3. You see him getting to the left hand right there. Jordan Sears is a ball player, man. He's putting on a show.
20 points in the first half, carrying the bulk of the offense. And just a heck of a talent as we are underway here in the third quarter. A couple of housekeeping items. We got corrections from the stats. Casper Ware and Terrell Carter, we said that they had 3 personal fouls. That is not the case. They have 2 apiece. So it's important to note that. And so it's going to be HeartFIRE Elite here. So right before we got started in the third quarter, we had the officials chatting with both teams, addressing the chippy play. Both teams obviously very hungry and aggressive. What a rebound. The putback is good. And that's Fred Thomas getting his first bucket here in the third quarter.
That's impressive for Fred Thomas. Looked like he wanted to come down with it. Ended up shooting it on the way down. Tough finish. But Philly, that's good officiating by the refs. They're letting them play, but they're letting them know that we're letting you play. So let's keep it clean. Let's keep it respectful out here. And keep it competitive, too.
The cooler heads prevail. What a bounce pass in. Kick out to Thomas. Trying to go back-to-back. He does. 2 points on one trip, 3 on the other. Thomas, 5 points here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but the pass right there from Gresham. Elite right there. Eric Washington in the pocket. Great unselfish play by Gresham.
And that's Carter. Into Harris. Picked off by Washington. And a foul on Marvell Harris.
And we see the energy. Eric Washington, Energizer Bunny, Tasmanian Devil with it. You see right here on offense. Brings Carter up in the screen, hits Gresham. Good defense, better offense. You bring 2 to the ball, you put the team in rotation. And Eric Washington on the other side getting that steal, and HeartFIRE Elite with all the energy to start this half.
What a splendid vision. A Tasmanian Devil with hopped up on Energizer batteries. Where for 3? Jamerson nearly pulls down another offensive rebound.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be around the Tasmanian Devil in that scenario.
No.
Yeah.
And never around a Tasmanian Devil in general.
Well, you know.
They're vicious little creatures. And highly entertaining animated ones, too. I think, what, Looney Tunes has celebrated their 80-plus year anniversary as Jamerson tips it back to Harris. Harris to the hole. He scores. Marvell the Marvelous does it again.
Yeah, but Steven Jamerson first, creating extra possessions, extra opportunities, kept it alive the first time, a second time, giving Harris an extra shot.
Fred Thomas feeling it from outside, jacking it up from Jackson, Mississippi, where he hails from, the 6'5" small forward. Get a chance to chat about him. Pass into Carter. Carter with the left hand. Quick response from the Mecca.
Yeah, but again, it's HeartFIRE Elite. These little guards, Sears and Washington, touching the paint, creating opportunities for the shooters. Fred Thomas averaging 3 in this tournament, already 8 in this quarter.
Washington, bullet pass into Mack. Mack for the triple. It's going to go the other way.
High-level discipline from Jamerson right there. Washington touched the paint, but he stays home. But you see it right there. Just a little split. 2 feet, touch paint. That's got to be a stat, Philly. We see the 3. We know that's a stat, but Eric Washington doing his thing for HeartFIRE Elite.
Carter backs his way into the paint. Easy money for the big man from LA.
Yeah, you see the chess match right there. Gresham not being as physical, not being as aggressive. Carter was waiting on it. Just stayed patient, goes to the jump hook instead of the spin.
Bounce pass into Thomas. Pulls up for another jumper. And a rare miss for the man out of Mississippi State.
Gresham, that was really impressive, that offensive rebound. No help. It was a one-on-one situation. Carter's got to stay connected in that situation to the body of Gresham. Gresham just walked him up into the paint. That's 3 on Carter.
Canner in the game, getting his first minutes here in the third quarter. Sears off balance, and he hits the basket and heads to the free throw line for a 3-point play. How do you stop this man, Jordan Taylor?
Oh, I don't know, but you see the Hezzy. Watch this, Hezzy, take the contact. That's going to be 3 on Ware, 2 in the finish. Hoop plus the harm. You didn't know who Jordan Sears was before. He's showing you now, and I'm about to head to YouTube right after this game, Philly, because I don't know if I'm getting enough yet. Whoa.
56-53. Got a nail biter, but still plenty more action. This is one of those games where we don't want them to end the back and forth that we've had. And Ware draws the foul. He's going to head to the free throw line.
Casper Ware doing it again. We saw that in the first half against Eric Washington. He made it. That time it's, I believe, Tevin Mack. We'll have to go back and check that one, but similar, doesn't get the bucket, but gets the foul this time. These guards starting to heat up, starting to percolate a little bit.
Percolate, mentioning that because you're in need of caffeine like me? We don't need caffeine in a game this exciting.
Nah, we don't need no caffeine. I might already be hopped up on too much caffeine.
I mean, watching a game like this provides us our own natural rocket fuel. Where the second attempt? Splashes it in, 57-53. The Mecca. Washington kicks it out to Sears. Sears is looking for that triple. Opting to slow it down. Canner gonna set a screen on that right. He was open. Washington for 3. Board picked up by Nevels. The outlet into Ware. Ware trying to find his way into the paint. Draws a foul.
And Ware right there. It's a big-time rebound from Nevels. Good offense. Washington comes up short. Casper Ware, great patience. It was 1-on-2. Eric Washington's got to shut down that lane right there. Mecca did a good job circling in behind Ware to force Washington out of the help position, but that'll be 3 on Jordan Sears.
Ware's first free throw attempt on this trip is good. For those joining this broadcast, watching from all the way in Moscow, which is where Casper Ware plays. Привет, as they say in Mother Russia.
Da.
Washington is going to head to the Pine Pony. Replacing him is Sword.
It's a dope last name, Sword. I like that.
Especially when you're an athlete. There's so many ways you can tie it into movements and actions. Driving in the fadeaway is Mack. Nothing but nylon.
Well, horns action. Get Carter moving. The big fella put Mack on the perimeter. He's probably got the advantage right there. Carter did a good job sliding his feet. A shot from Mack. That's 4 on Sears.
That's a big one. 4 fouls on HeartFIRE Elite's Warrior. They're all Warriors, but Sears gets the extra love with the way he's been playing today. He's going to head to the bench, replaced by Marcus Azor. Haven't seen much of Azor today. Point guard, 6'2" out of Brockton, Massachusetts. Played, I believe, for Coach Reg at We Are D3. Most recently played pro in Romania.
What a play right there from Tevin Mack. Gets the tip and keeps it in.
Pass into Canner. Finds Mack. Moss in the game for the Mecca. The pass into the paint, and the basket is good. Marcus Azor, seconds into checking into this game, scores his first 2 points of the afternoon.
The best thing you could do when you check in, just keep your body moving. Hasn't been in all night. Get an easy layup.
Harris for three. Mack, they've got numbers. The pass in. That's transition basketball. Way to run the play. Azor, 2 quick buckets, 4 quick points off the bench. And we got a tie ball game here in Henderson.
Azor, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Keep that body moving. Couple of layups. Come in, be an energizer. Impressive.
Neville's for three, top of the key. Rebound pulled down by Mack. There's Azor again. Finds Sword. I'll slow things up here momentarily. So we're under 4 to go. Mack for three. And an off-the-ball foul as Neville's got tangled in with Sword. We're heading to immediate timeout, folks. It's a tie ball game. Hoops heaven here in Henderson. .323 remaining here in this third quarter of the second semifinal here from the Vegas bracket. Earlier today, we had a contest between Davis Steel and Red Rose War Ready, a game in which Davis Steel won by a score of 83-67. And that fourth quarter, led by Terry Taylor, terrific game he had.
Yes, he did, and we saw he was the beneficiary of a lot of space. Gabe York was fantastic, turned that game around for Davis Steel in the third quarter, but Terry Taylor was the one to cash in off of that opportunity. Like we said, stay ready so you don't got to get ready. And Terry Taylor was tremendous in the second half, particularly the fourth quarter for Davis Steel.
And it was the great Gabe York who ended things in the Elam ending with his free throws. I mentioned during the last game, I got to see him earlier in the day with a Doberman Pinscher, and he was a dog in that game. Played a terrific tournament this whole way through. Davis Steel has not lost a game here in Vegas. Driving to the hole. That rattles right out. Valiant effort by Marcus Azor. And a foul going against Thomas.
Marcus Azor has not stopped moving since he checked into this game. Showing tremendous energy right there. About 95% of rims, that's going in.
Yeah, he was cursed by the basketball gods there. He's had a good shift replacing Jordan Spears, who's in foul trouble with 4. The pass in from Carter. Nice pass into Moss. Can't hang up to it. Canner recovers.
Just a little bit of mistiming right there. Great cut from Moss. Carter had already put it on the deck. Couldn't quite see him. Got it to him late.
Screen set by Canner, looking for the pass. The pick and roll is good. Canner with the left hand, and that is the first lead of the game for HeartFIRE Elite. Hearts on fire, strong desire.
Yeah, when Jordan Sears goes to the bench, you're thinking this could be pivotal, but Marcus Azor with the assist right there. He's doing a little bit of everything in place of Jordan Sears.
Peters out to Moss. What a pickup, what a board by Canner. Marvell Harris made his life incredibly difficult. He hung on to it. Mack, is he going to get called for the charge? Yes, he is.
HeartFIRE Elite been on the bad end of a couple of these block charge calls right there, but I think right there, Casper gets in front of him, slides those feet. Tough call, bang, bang.
2:18 remaining here in the third quarter. HeartFIRE Elite has crept back in. They have the lead. Peters casually getting it across half court. Going one-on-one against Mack. High off the window. Too strong. Azor runs right into Ware, and Harris opts to go back out to the perimeter.
Peters struggling to find his rhythm, was so good in the last game for Mecca, for the Mecca. Right there, had the angle on Mack. Got to take his time, close down space, and finish.
Azor the kick out. Thomas another attempt for three. Misses, and a foul on Azor. As I believe that's Peters who hit the deck. Yes, it is.
That's the first mistake Azor's made right there, fouling 94 feet from the basket, but another tremendous offensive play, touching the paint. Eric Washington, Jordan Sears, both on the bench. Azor doing what he does. Battery powering. HeartFIRE Elite.
Still picturing that Tasmanian devil with the Energizer pack behind him. You mentioned that comment earlier. I can't get it out of my head. It's the most splendid image you provided me personally with.
Well, Eric Washington tagged in Azor because he took it over from him.
So Sears and Washington are going to check in. And they're going to replace Azor and Sword.
Starting backcourt comes in, but tip your hat. Marcus Azor coming in and providing really valuable minutes for HeartFIRE Elite.
If HeartFIRE Elite come out of this game, he's most certainly going to have to get a lot of credit with the way he's competed, in particular here in this third quarter. Not many minutes throughout TBT, but taking care of business. Peters, it's going to be a 2-on-1. The pass in a oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Permission to buzz the tower. Permission granted. Moss, with his head practically above the rim, but doesn't convert on the dunk. He's going to head to the free throw line, but what a display of athleticism.
My goodness, I done seen people get indicted for less. Goodness gracious. Brandon Moss goes for first degree on Tevin Mack. Tevin Mack stands his ground. You gotta love it though. Some guys wouldn't jump. Tevin Mack not afraid, not an ounce of fear in him going to contest. Two guys competing at the rim.
And the Mecca's gonna go to the bench, and they have Smith checking in. Moss at the free throw line. We talk about how Marcus Azor had that impact for HeartFIRE Elite. If the Mecca can hang on to this, Moss has to get the credit as well, because we haven't seen any of him. He hasn't had any points in TBT, and steady contributor as he hits 1 and 2 at the free throw line.
He's been really solid attacking the rim, providing the spark.
The miss from Mack into the hands of Peters. Back into the hands of Moss. And Eric Washington with the interception.
Moss made that a little too complicated. Terrell Carter coming down the boulevard, had a dunk.
That's going to bounce off a couple of players. Smith with all the room to run. With the right hands, he scores. Under a minute to play. Mecca regain the lead and add some to it.
Charging back out in front, and this is where you say, Azor was good.
Washington can't make the layup. And a foul against the Mecca as Marvell Harris is apoplectic on the official's whistle.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up in the dictionary, Philly, but I'll take your word for it that it's safe to use. Apoplectic he should be, because I don't know. It's the body right there. Great job on the weak side. Ooh, that's a tough call right there. Both of them jumped. Now you just got to wonder. Azor is going to check back in for Sears. And with his 4 fouls, but did that time on the bench for Sears and Washington take away some of their momentum, take away some of their rhythm. Excuse me, he's going to check back in for Washington. Nope, it is Sears.
Kanter missing that first free throw attempt. While you're looking up the word apoplectic in the dictionary, let me know how you spell it.
A-P.
No, I don't even want to try.
O-P-L-E-C-T-I-C?
I don't know, man.
Apoplectic.
I would have more success being on the court right now than being able to spell apoplectic. Just because I could use the word doesn't mean I know how to spell it. Under a minute to go, 64-62 in favor of the Mecca. Peters within the free throw line, 14 feet, hits the jumper.
That's where we saw him get going last game against Knipple Crew in the mid-range. Was a great spark for them with Casper Ware on the bench last game.
Here in the chance of defense. Shot clock turned off, 15 seconds. Peters and Azor. Azor hangs onto it. Ball is loose. Passing to Moss, permission to bust the tower again. Hits it. And there's the horn. Moss with the impact. We're going to head into the fourth quarter. Oh my gosh, what a game. TBT is brought to you by M Resort Spa Casino, the official hotel of the Las Vegas bracket. Fourth quarter fury is upon us. The Mecca 68, HeartFIRE Elite 62. We got 5 minutes and an Elam ending in all of our near futures. So we're taking a look at Casper Ware Jr. Moments ago, we saw him with ice on his head. Not sure what happened, where the contact was, but there he is, and he is such an integral and important part of this team. See if he finds his way back into the game. But thus far, his teammates are doing a good job maintaining this lead.
No question he's going to find his way back onto this court. But Lamar Peters done a fantastic job throughout this tournament, coming off the bench for the Mecca.
There we see Sears, the leading scorer for HeartFIRE Elite, one of the top scorers at TBT. So he tries to shake and bake and put his defender in his back pocket. And he draws a foul. And that's going to be the 4th foul on Carter.
Yeah, right there. We saw that earlier in the first half, excuse me. Sears attacking Carter in that ball screen, getting back to the right hand. Carter has to be higher. Makes Sears keep it in that left hand. He's good either way, but better percentages if you keep him on his left.
Mack, move it around the perimeter. Sears under 10 on the shot clock, taking Peters. And that one gets swatted out into the stands by Moss.
Great job by Peters, cutting off that right hand, forcing the second move, allows the defense. See Moss come off of Tevin Mack right there and load up to the ball. All forced by Peters, cutting off that initial drop.
A volleyball spike of a block by Moss. Washington, he's going to pull up. Hits the 10. Sears with the rebound and the putback. One of the smallest players on the court gets an offensive rebound, and he scores.
And that's going to cost the Mecca. Sears has been struggling a little bit last couple possessions. After time on the bench, find his rhythm. 6 seconds on the shot clock, the offensive rebound and layup. That's what he loves to see for a score.
Sears had 27 in a game earlier. He's got 27 right now with so much more time here in the 4th quarter. And that's going to get poked out, and it's going to go the other way.
And the Mecca apoplectic with that call out of bounds. I think they're going to challenge. That looked like it came off of HeartFIRE Elite. Right there, Terrell Carter at Gresham Berry. Gresham isn't playing as physical anymore because he's been so good with those spin moves. He should have gone up with that jump hook. Kicks it out to Moss, but then battles on the offensive rebound. I think he's going to earn another possession for the Mecca.
You old enough to remember the show Pee-wee's Playhouse, how they would have a word and everybody would go crazy? No. Apparently our word right now is apoplectic.
There you go. Yeah, that's shouldn't take too long over there. Clearly off Eric Washington.
So coach's challenge, successful.
What is Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Well,
Pee-wee Herman?
Yeah, I guess I've showed my age and you've shown yours, so... Yeah, there you... Okay, there you go. Well, now you're referring to his big adventure.
Tequila,
okay. Yeah. Yes. To the victor goes the spoils, potentially. Smith, the bounce pass into Carter. Carter to Peters. Peters with all the room and space in the world. And the pull down by Thomas. Passes it in to Washington.
It's a shot there from Peters. Got to get square.
Washington for 3. Rebounded into the hands of Moss. That Casper Ware Sr. was utilizing Moss as a secret weapon. Although there was nothing secret about that pass. It's a turnover, and HeartFIRE Elite are going to get the rock back.
Yeah, up 4 right here. Casper Ware relying on his bench. Terrence Smith and Lamar Peters got to take control of this basketball and initiate offense.
Washington, the bounce into Gresham. Smith had his hands on it. Both teams fighting for it. Love the hustle for both teams. So much on the line here. The trip to the championship game against Davis Steele.
Yeah. Terrence Smith tells Eric Washington, put your seatbelt on. If you ain't going to do it, I'll do it for you. Cuts him off 2 times. Forces the errant pass. And we talked about them taking control on offense, but these 2 guards getting it done on the defensive side. These were the 2 against Knipple Crew. Again, with Garrett Nevels and Casper Ware on the bench, they played outstanding, and that's exactly what they need right now. They got about 2 minutes here before the starting backcourt comes in. See if they can stretch this lead or at least hold this lead for the Mecca.
And speaking of bench, Washington's going to head to the bench as he's now sitting on his 4th foul. Driving in is Peters. What a great pass into Carter.
Yeah, reject the screen, get to that strong left hand, the no-look shovel. Force the defense to step up, and that's easy for Carter.
14 points for the big man. That's 4 above what he's been averaging.
Yeah, you'll live with that foul right there. Peters and Smith, exactly what we said. After the turnover from Moss, taking the game into their hands, Moss come up. Nobody calls out the screen. Hardest thing to guard as a guard out there at the top. You don't know where it's coming from. Flat screen, middle of the floor, and Peters making magic.
70-64, the Mecca maintaining that 6-point lead, but there goes Sears up into the air, and he's going to head to the free throw line. Moss is going to get called for the foul.
Carter's got to be better right here. He's been good at times in the ball screen, but right now, in crunch time, he's got to be up at the level of the screen. Moss is going to get the foul. But again, Sears is coming off that screen, going left, trying to get back to that right hand. You got to keep him over there. You got 2 bodies you can force him to.
TBT fans, show your pride and support your favorite team with official merchandise. Shop now at thetournament.com and represent your team all tournament long. Who are we going to be repping? HeartFIRE Elite or the Mecca? Or maybe Davis Steele? Or maybe La Familia? Or maybe JHX Hoops?
I don't know. I just want one of those TBT sweatshirts I saw earlier, man. Those are fire.
I just want another polo. I keep washing this thing daily. Peters gets the space, blows past his defender, and Moss with the putback.
Great follow. Moss been active offensively and defensively at that rim, but Peters again, even though he doesn't finish, putting pressure on that defense. Struggle in the first half, turning up here.
Sears, the pass into Canner. Canner to the hole, blocking foul. And that's going to go against Marvell Harris.
Lamar Peters got to stay solid there defensively, doing a great job. No reason to gamble and put the defense in a tough spot. But he's putting HeartFIRE Elite in a tough spot right there. Even though he smoked the lay, everybody freezes because they think he's going to make it. And Moss is attacking that rim on defense, blocking shots, offensive rebound, putbacks on offense.
We see Moss. It's going to be a inbound from the baseline. Sword. Going to have Peters in front of him. There's the official helping out, clean the perspiration. Officials doing all kinds of work today.
Doing it all.
Earning that paycheck today.
It, man. I really do love the way they're calling this tournament.
Excellent inbound play, just like Coach Reg drew it up. Mack with the bucket.
That's just Moss falling asleep right there. Don't see that too often. It was a back screen in the middle of the floor. Matt caught him sleeping. Just a quick run to the rim on the strong side. Way too easy.
Terrence Smith, screen set from Carter. Looking to do it once again. Smith, the pass into Moss. He loses it. And the last touch by HeartFIRE Elite.
And look for the Mecca. They're going to keep attacking Canner in that pick and roll with Smith and Peters. Make him move his feet.
Pass into Harris. Harris right around the elbow. Smith. Sears gets his hand on it. Carter. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Excellent defense from HeartFIRE Elite. For those wondering, HeartFIRE Elite is a combination of HeartFIRE, Elite Nation, and the Shine. And Mack was looking to shine on that triple attempt, but he misses. Harris to the hole. Sears picks it up. HeartFIRE Elite with numbers. Foul on Peters. Minute 16 before we head to this Elam ending. This is a very high-scoring game of basketball.
Yeah, it's definitely up-tempo, high pace, end-to-end. When you don't finish, you're going to be disadvantaged on the other side. So Marvell Harris can't quite finish the bunny. The putback from Carter doesn't go. Sword on the other end puts Peters in a tough spot. And Peters going to check out right here, but really, really good minutes from Lamar Peters and Terrence Smith as here comes Casper Ware. Gary Neville's refreshed. Head is all right. Still got that lead hanging on by three, excuse me.
Sword makes them both. 6'3" shooting guard out of Montgomery, Alabama. Played at Mississippi State. 115 games started throughout his career. Was Mr. Alabama during his time at G.W. Carter High School. Second team All-SEC, and making a case as to why the foul is on me. Why always me?
Yeah, Casper Ware. Again, he's been doing this a long time. Got that foul on Sears early when he was reaching in. Does it right there to Sword.
And Ware, upon entering the game, hits a huge jumper.
Yeah, man. 36, Cheska Moscow, Long Beach State. It's Casper Ware time late in the game. $2 million on the line.
Sword splashes in a triple. That last basket from Casper Ware, despite the fact that he'd been sitting out a good portion of this quarter, already up to 18 points. Ware into Nevels. Pass into the paint. Foul on Canner.
That'll send Carter to the free throw line. Or excuse me, no, won't. Only the third team foul. See Sears that time. Because he keeps splitting that screen on the Sword three. Casper Ware trying to be in help position. Thinking that it's a strong side. Thinking his weak side helps. Puts that pressure and finds Sword for three.
Great ball movement. Harris on the opposite end. Rebounded by Canner.
The pass.
Mack for three. And the rebound from Carter.
Evan Mack just hasn't found his range from three really in this tournament.
Moss to the rim. Gets caught up in traffic. Carter.
Pass.
Wide open. And the triple is missed by Nevels.
Yeah, he hasn't missed a ton. 36% in the tournament, but wide open.
Sword hits the three. HeartFIRE Elite have taken the lead.
Taking the lead. Taking the timeout for the Elam ending. Craig Sword hasn't scored a ton at 10 points against the Mecca last time they played. Two big-time threes. 84 is now the target. Good extra pass. Don't close out. Let's go to the Elam ending, everybody.
It's Elam ending time here in Vegas with your target score being 84. Mr. Taylor, talk to us about those Elam ending rules.
Well, y'all know the rules by now. Back-to-back games. We've been doing this for a week or so now, but that timeout took us under the 4 minutes. That's the media timeout, so the score is set. 76-75. That means the score is 84. HeartFIRE's up by 1. And you know, Philly, I think points of emphasis, keep touching the paint. Eric Washington, he can thrive right here. Sears hasn't scored much lately, but he's been creating for other guys and take what the defense gives you. Best shot, 2 or 3. You know, right now, right there, I think that was a tough timeout. I think it's technically the right thing to do, but HeartFIRE Elite's on a run, 6 or 8 straight points. You kind of cut off that momentum, and now you got to get a stop.
Moss, one-on-one against Max, going to pull up within the three-point line. And look at Sears, skying into the air, pulling down the board in the land of trees.
Well, that's why I'm commentating, not coaching right there.
I don't know about you, but after hearing Narco by Blaster Jackson, Timmy Trumpet, I'm fired up. Hope you folks at home are fired up, too.
Great play by Sword.
Excellent play, and into Sword's hands.
Great play by Sword right there. That was supposed to be a steal. You saw Carter finally up on that screen with Sears, kept him on his left, forced a bad pass, but Sword bails him out.
Sword up to 14 points, 3 on the other end, rattles in by Harris.
Marvelous Marvell, set up by none other than Casper Ware. Go to Old Faithful. That's what they run in Eastern Europe. Single high screen. Keep that strong shooter in the corner. The help comes. Good pass by Carter.
And Mr. Marvelous up to 22 points. Thomas gets his shot blocked. And a foul on Canner.
Good foul. Good foul by Canner right there. Heads up play. No bonus. The advantage, Casper Ware coming full steam ahead at you. Stop that fast break. Get the defense set. Now you're in the bonus, so got to be careful. But heads up play from Canner.
You can cut through this tension with a knife, or if you're HeartFIRE Elite, a sword. Ware into Carter. Carter with no one around him. And scores the bunny.
Angle of that screen confused Sears and Sword. Wasn't really a shake, wasn't on the elbow, more in the middle. Should have been the two-side, it looked like, but keep putting Canner in that ball screen.
Sears into Canner. Canner off the window, and he hits.
Well, as right now, Canner and Carter, all eyes on y'all. You guys are going to be the target of attack on both sides. Who's going to stand up first?
Ware. The bullet pass into Harris. Harris within the free throw line. Jumper. Marvell Harris. Mr. Marvelous.
Right there, because Canner's so high, puts pressure on that backside. Marvell Harris gets the closeout, gets to that mid-range. He is Mr. Elam right now.
What a block. SWAT team. Carter.
And right there, Philly, you see the difference, though. He's not up that time. Sears still snakes it, but he's going back to his left, not his right. Carter, you mentioned, second in the TBT in blocks. That's tougher going to his left. Great job by Terrell Carter.
Canner into Sears. Sears running into a double team, blows by all his defenders. Ooh. And that's going to stay on this end. There's going to be 3 seconds on the shot clock once the ball gets inbounded.
Right now, advantage Terrell Carter, paying attention to detail. They ice him, put it on his left. He's up at the level, doesn't allow the snake back to the right there.
Sword, three-pointer for Mack.
Oh!
Halfway home, Canner with the offensive rebound. Runs into a buzzsaw of traffic. Gets stripped by Harris. Harris, bucket, yeah! Marvelous Marvell Harris with the Elam ending, and the Mecca have a date with Davis Steele on Thursday.
Marvell Harris off the offensive rebound. He want to come back over here and sit with us. 7 points, takes it from Canner off the rebound. And then it's downhill, full steam ahead. with the $2 million on the line, or at least to keep your team alive, gets the foul, puts it on the glass. Marvell Harris, tip your cap. What a play by Marvell Harris.
What a play, what a game. That one was so entertaining. Credit HeartFIRE Elite. They played with all the heart, all the fire. Elite guard play. They just came up short. But the Mecca, despite only going 1-1 in the Group B standings, managed to come out on top. The Mecca taking on Davis Steele on Thursday. Let's take a look at the bracket here really quickly. We're down to the final two. We're down to the championship game. The Mecca, Davis Steele, here on this hardwood on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be on FS1. And tomorrow you got the Kentucky Alumni taking on Kansas. That will also be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on FS1.
Yeah, Marvell Harris playing that guitar for the second time in 2 days. He deserves it. Philly, 17 Elam ending points in 2 games for the Mecca. Marvell Harris, 15 of those things.
Folks, there we see Harris about to take that climb up the ladder. As he raises the Mecca sign in victory, he's going to slap it onto that board. Officially announcing the Mecca's entry into the final of the Vegas bracket. Folks, we're going to send it to a quick break, and then we're going to wrap things up here. The Mecca, 84-80 over HeartFIRE Elite.
Pleasure working with you.
What a game, what an ending. There you see Marvell Harris getting all the love from social media and the crew. What a game he had, propelling the Mecca ahead of HeartFIRE Elite 84-80. And yes, just what an outstanding game. Here's some news and notes. As we mentioned earlier, Kentucky defeated Syracuse. They are going to be heading to the championship in the alumni bracket, and they're going to take on JHX Hoops after they defeated Wichita State just the other day. The winner of that game is going to take on the winner of Davis Steele and the Mecca. Action to be had tomorrow, action to be had on Thursday, and then we're going to see it towards the tail end of this week. Who's going to roll out of this tournament with $2 million in their pocket? I don't know about you, Jordan Taylor. I'm just as exhausted, I would imagine, as the rest of the players are calling that furious game there. You see the bracket. It's the Final Four right now. And we've got games tomorrow. We've got games Thursday. And then the TBT final will be held either in Kansas or Kentucky.
Yeah, and that game was outstanding, competitive throughout. The Mecca really controlled it. HeartFIRE Elite took the lead momentarily. Marvell Harris and Casper Ware were outstanding, rallied the troops, led the tide. And again, here's the Elam ending. Marvell Harris, 15 out of the last 17 in 2 games. HeartFIRE Elite goes up 3. Calmly, they go to that ball screen. They test Canner's feet. It was Casper Ware making the decisions, and it was Marvell Harris cashing in those decisions in pivotal moments. And here in the last one, after he got his rhythm, takes out his do-it-yourself kick, coast to coast. I'm going to finish y'all off real quick. Let me go celebrate, smack this banner up here. Now, let's go see David Steele on Thursday night. Marvell Harris has been on fire for about the last 24 hours, Philly.
He has been Mr. Elam here in Vegas in particular. Mr. Elam being Nick Elam, the individual, the Ball State professor who the Elam ending is named after, and a great way to close out a game. As you see here, if you're new to the TBT, games always end in a game winner, and Mr. Elam himself is right there on your screen. Marvell Harris, the legend out of Fresno State. Just the impact he's had on the Mecca and an all-around team effort from the Mecca. Carter, Casper Ware, Peters, Nevels, and then we see Moss, who is pretty much a secret weapon. I mean, how can anybody stop this team, this runaway juggernaut out of Long Beach?
Yeah, well, the backcourt gets it done. Nevels and Casper Ware are so good throughout this tournament, but you got to tip your hat. Terrence Smith, Lamar Peters, when the game looked like it could have gotten out of hand, they stymied the tide from HeartFIRE Elite, got the Mecca back under control, and then Marvell Harris does his thing late.
Folks, that's about wrap it up for us. For Jordan Taylor, this is Christian Filliman saying good night from the beautiful M Resort Spa Casino in Las Vegas. There's more TBT action headed your way tomorrow. Kansas at Kentucky for the Alumni Championship. Then Jordan and I are right back here on Thursday for the Las Vegas Championship on FS1. The final score here in Henderson, 84-80. Congratulations to the Mecca. Congratulations to David Steele. We got a final on Thursday, baby. Enjoy your midweek, your hump day. We'll see you on Thursday.